Hi guys, good afternoon, happy Wednesday. So today's lesson is we have Taco saying on Fox and Friends just recently, I want to try and to get into heaven when he's talking about peace. So this is this is nonsense, and let's just go over it.
1. The heaven motive, sincere or sales pitch. Sincere element. Trump often speaks in religious or spiritual terms when he wants to project moral authority. Saying he wants peace because he wants to go to heaven can resonate with evangelical audiences who equate peacemaking with righteousness. In that narrow sense, he may genuinely want to be remembered as a historic dealmaker, the man who ended war and thus secured a moral legacy. Insincere element. At the same time, this could also be performative. By invoking heaven, he reframes his pursuit of a deal as sacred and above reproach. This shields him from criticism. If you attack his peace efforts, you're questioning his moral intent. In reality, Trump has consistently offered frameworks, territory swaps, no ceasefire, Article 5-like guarantees, that tilt heavily toward Moscow, undermining the sincerity of his heaven claim. 2. Contradictions in Trump's peace narrative. He says he wants peace, but refuses to require a ceasefire, even though every real peace process begins with one. He says Putin wants Ukraine to have NATO-like security, but Putin invaded Ukraine precisely to prevent that. He says Ukraine must give up land, but calls himself a peacekeeper, when in fact this would ratify conquest. He invokes morality, but sidesteps the atrocities, abducted children, prisoners, and war crimes. So, the heaven claim is split, one half trying to write himself into history as a savior, the other half advancing a deal structure that is unworkable, dishonest, and advantageous to Putin. 3. Strategic angle. Putin likely hears this heaven talk as political theater. For him, the substance matters. Territory, sanctions, NATO. Trump's moral framing means little in Moscow, but it's a useful cover. It lets Trump sell concessions to Americans and allies as heavenly peace, not capitulation. White heavy checkmark bottom line. Trump's heaven comment is both a genuine desire for legacy and a rhetorical shield. But the structural contradictions in his plan, no ceasefire, territorial concessions, false NATO, like guarantees, mean peace on these terms is an illusion. Would you like me to map Trump's peace contradictions into a side-by-side table, showing what he claims versus what the realities are? That might make the duplicity clearer. You said, map Trump's peace contradictions into a side-by-side table. Here's a side-by-side table mapping Trump's peace claims against the realities. Trump's peace contradictions in Ukraine. Trump's claim. Reality check. I want peace because I want to go to heaven. Peace requires more than words. His plan favors Russia, land concessions, no ceasefire, which isn't genuine peace, but surrender. Ukraine and Russia must exchange land. Russia invaded and occupied Ukraine's land. Forcing Ukraine to cede territory rewards aggression, no true peace, just legitimized conquest. Putin told me he'd give Ukraine Article 5-like protections. Putin has never said this publicly or privately. His invasion in 2022 was to stop Ukraine from getting NATO protections. Trump is fabricating or misrepresenting. Ukraine will have Article 5-like security measures. Like means nothing legally. Article 5, NATO, is ironclad treaty protection. Anything less is unenforceable. No ceasefire is required. Peace can be reached while fighting continues. Every historical peace deal starts with a ceasefire. Without one, the stronger side keeps pressing for gains, making peace impossible. There are only about 1,000 Ukrainian children/prisoners in Russia. The real number is in the tens of thousands. EU leaders, like Ursula von der Leyen, insist repatriation is essential for peace. Trump minimizes atrocities. I ended 5 to 6 wars without a ceasefire. I can do it again. Not true. Past conflicts, ISIS, Syria, etc., involved ceasefires, troop withdrawals, or stalemates. None were solved without halting fighting. White heavy checkmark pattern. Trump frames himself as a peacemaker, but his proposals contradict facts, history, and international law. They align more with Putin's goals than with Ukraine's sovereignty.
So there you have it, guys. This term that he's talking about now, which is the first time he's actually mentioned going to heaven, is all nonsense, which we already knew, but just to confirm it for you guys. Okay?